guys. Oh, the colour's gone really weird on my camera, I think. Hi ladies, hi Mel. Hi Dinah, or is it Dina? I want to know how to pronounce it. Put it in the chat. Dina or Dinah? I like saying people's names properly. Let me know if you can hear me okay, and if the music in the background is, if it's too loud or too quiet. I'm so nervous. I've done this for I did it for 18 months over lockdown gaming, but I haven't done it for ages, so now I'm super nervous. So you'll have to forgive the initial shakes and whatnots. I'm trying to hide my mouse somewhere that's out of the way. It might be alright there actually. Hi Shaz. Hey Paul. Paul, how are the babies? How are they doing? The sun comes right in my window at this time of night, so it's made me really weird on the camera. You can kind of see this arm. It's actually nice and clear. So I'm hoping that it will clear up once the sun kind of goes away. Dinah. Can we just call you Di? Or Nah? Hey Shaz. Thank you so much guys for jumping in. I've shared it to my Instagram, but I'm quite scared if people are actually going to arrive. And also when people have different names and you don't have a clue who it is, we can start a new trend of Dina. Dina! It sounds like you're shouting for your animals when it's dinner time. Dina time! Cool. Okay, so I decided to colour in this Funky Donkey page this evening. And I did my nails for the occasion as well. And I'm lacking my engagement ring because I sent it off to be resized, so I swapped my other ring from the other night. So at least I have something. I was feeling a little bit lost. I have no idea how many of you are actually in here. In fact, this might tell me more. Let me see. It says I have 3 viewers. I don't know which one to keep it at. I'm going to keep it over here, I think. I've been trying to set stuff up. I was going to try and stream on Twitch at the same time, but I have to pay to dual stream. So I tried setting up a Twitch stream, and because that was using the camera, this software didn't pick up the camera, and vice versa. So I've given up on that, and we're just here. Di it is. It is indeed. And Mel can just be M. Do you like my funky mug? I will try and tilt it, but I don't want to spill my coffee everywhere. We'll tilt it that way. It's so cool. Look at all the skulls. And it keeps my coffee super hot. I actually made this coffee over half an hour ago and it's still piping hot. So I'm going to leave that open. So yeah, I thought we'd colour in this while we chat this afternoon. I will, when I start colouring, turn off the face cam because otherwise you're just going to see my head like this and I need to move the mic as well. My ginger cat's come to visit. Do you want to say hello? Come here then. Come on before I start colouring. Up you come. Good boy. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is his favourite. He likes neck scratches. Say hello everybody. Say hello everybody. Oh, thank you Shaz. I'm glad the music's good. If at any point the music becomes too loud, just let me know. Look at him. He will try and jump up numerous times during the stream, I'm sure. You got a dirty chin. What have you been doing? Why do you have a dirty chin? Hey? This is Xander, otherwise known as Ginger Cat or Chonky Cat. Isn't he? Right, there we go. Because he is a chonk. His sister is, well, not biological sister. He is very cute. She is 3.5 and he was 1 yesterday. And he's now bigger than her and way heavier than her. So he gets called Chonky Cat. Okay, I'm going to turn my face off. I'm going to move my mic down. And we're going to colour while we chat. Did you see the kitty, Shaz? Kitty, kitty, kitty. Right. Bye-bye my face. Let's move the mic down here. Hopefully you can still hear me while I'm in a normal position as well. I need to work out how to put stuff on my desk. Who wants to look at the sharpener? No one. There's just not enough space. Oh, ordering Nando's, that's a plan. As long as he was paying as well, that's the main thing, Mel. If he's got it under control, which includes using his bank card, then hell yeah. Chunky cat, he is. He is lovely. I have another one, Shaz, but I think she's either gone out or she's gone back up on my bed. We call her Grumpy Cat. She's called Willow. So we have Buffy the rabbit, Willow and Xander. I have a swatch sheet, but I'm guessing when you see this swatch sheet, let's turn it the right way up, shall we? You don't see an awful lot of the colours. So I'm using the Castle 120 Gold range, as you can see, Castle Arts. They are oil-based colouring pencils, and this is the swatches, which I love this sheet. And I did on Mel's, well, with Mel's support, knowing she does it as well, I emptied all my pencils into the giant tin, so you can probably hear that. So it might take me a bit longer to find some of them, but yeah. Okay, I don't know where to start. Let's start with this cork. I like starting with corks. So how has everyone's Saturday been? Obviously, we know that Paul has had babies. Not himself, but his doggies had the babies. And they look absolutely adorable. I think I used some of that one the other day because it looks like it needs sharpening. Hopefully that's not a really horrible noise either. The pleasing rattle of chaos, indeed. I emptied them all out and now I'm wondering whether I regret it ever so slightly, because although I have a lot more space, it's obviously a lot harder to see the pencil colours I want. So we might have to dig. That's quite a nice one. They do look amazing and they're so nice to use. So I think I'm going to start the cork with a Naples yellow, a cadmium yellow and a cinnamon. The cadmium's kind of mustardy. I've got to get used to this camera and how it sits. It's kind of this mustardy yellow. I have to do the whole YouTuber thing, don't I, where I do this so you can, so it zooms in. How gold they would look. I got ya. They've got this cute little end. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's like a gold end, which I really like. This sharpener was Lidl's and it was £4, and it's an absolute bargain because it's got a big hole that you can use as well and a little one, and it's this takes off, although you have to be a bit careful because it doesn't hold it in, so you kind of have to tip it up and then move it. And the little sharpeners come out, so if you get any lead stuck you can like pull the sharpener out and clear the lead off. Absolute bargain. It's raining there. It's not raining here yet, luckily. Fiossi's happy she had 4, not 100. Bless her. She looks tiny as well. So to have had 5 and sadly lost 1 and have 4 living, she must have been quite uncomfortable by the end. Bless her. I can already hear my son coming down the stairs because he can't be away from streams. Alfie, I don't want to hear TikTok. People can't see you because I've turned off the face camera unless you want to say hello. Do you want me to turn the face camera on so you can say hello?
No.
No? Okay.
Depending who's in there.
It's my art buddies.
Art buddies. Hi, art buddies.
They're oil core or oil-based core. they just feel much smoother than wax-based cores, I think, personally. And you can build up with them. So you just do like a basic layer. No one can see you, sweetheart, unless you want me to turn the camera on. Do you want me to turn it on so you can say hello? No? No. Okay. But they build really nicely, whereas I find wax ones, you just kind of have to press harder, and the build, unless you've got textured paper, doesn't really happen quite as nicely. This is a really smooth paper, so for those that hadn't seen it already, this is the Witch colouring book from the Works. It was £4. If I can get cheapy things that do the job, I do, but obviously quality supplies like these are winning. But yeah, it was £4, 4 Great British pounds, and it's lovely. The pictures in it are just so pretty. Some simpler ones, so you can just sit for sort of half an hour, and then some more complicated, but also obviously any that are a bit simpler, you can just, I love this one. I'm probably not going to do that one on stream unless I do it over about 6 different streams. But something like this, which is quite simple up here, obviously you can add your own design to it and add the shadows and more detail and whatnot. What are you doing? If you want to drink that, take it upstairs, please. Thank you. But yeah, it's gorgeous. Shaz said hi. Yes.
Is this on YouTube? So I can
It is on
subscribe to
YouTube,
you?
but I don't know whether you'll be able to see it because you tried to do that the other day, didn't you? Go and
But
have a look.
now you've actually put a viewing age and stuff on it.
Well, go and have a look. Oh, although I did say it's not for kids, just in case I swear.
Really?
Yeah. So you might have to see it on the telly. You might be able to see it on the telly because that's logged in as Steve, I think.
I'll watch it on the telly.
Just don't turn it up loud.
Yeah.
Mel says hi from Artland. And Di says hi. He's called Alfie.
Who's saying hi? Who's saying hi? Hey, what?
Shaz said hi, Mel said hi, and Di said hi. Look.
Lots of people say hi.
They do say hi. Oh, did you remember to shut the fridge? Well done.
Yes, I did.
Well done.
Well done.
Well done.
Well done.
Right, you can shoo away now.
What's this? Oh, hello.
Alfie.
Hello.
Thank you.
My father.
This is why I always used to stream in the evenings when he'd gone to bed. He's very loud. Thank you, Di. He kind of lives up to his name as well. The amount of people that said, oh, every Alfie I know is quite cheeky. And I said, yeah. He is also one of those.
What's your name on YouTube?
It's Lady Doodleberg Alf. He's gone to find me on YouTube in the lounge on the telly. And Paul waved as well. He said cool from the other room. So, excuse me, as I was saying, with these pencils, they just build up really nicely, so you don't have to press hard at all. They work really well on smooth paper to build as well, not just textured paper. And they do leave a kind of, let me find the picture I did the other day. I don't know. So this is one I was doing the other night. And if you put it to the camera, you can kind of see where the light captures it. It leaves this kind of, almost a film, like this oily sort of film. I don't know if you can see it very well. But I almost feel like that protects it, like the final piece, from smudging or anything like that. He is a sweetheart. He's just, he likes to get involved.
I can't see Lady Doodleberg.
You have to try and find it.
Is there an underscore?
Possibly. I can't remember. I don't know if my name has an underscore or not. Okay. I actually think I've done that cork already. That didn't take long, did it? It's a nice little cork going on. Quite like the colours we use there. The cinnamon's a good sort of shadow brown. And I've left this like a thin bit at the top. I didn't really put any of the darker cadmium on that bit, so it looks like it's got some light hitting it. I think as well, I haven't tried it actually, and I do know where my blender is, but I have no idea if it's easily accessible, that these would actually kind of melt blend quite well with either an alcohol blender pen or you can get orange oil, which if you put it on the end of a cotton bud, you can just blend in that sense. I haven't tried that with these. I don't know, Mel, did you try that with these? I know you have the oil stuff as well. I'm gonna make this bottle kind of an emerald green. I haven't tried a lot of the more expensive ones, in all honesty, Shaz, so I've obviously tried the ones we've had in Scrawler Box. Personally, I didn't particularly like the ones we had in January. Oh, Paul's tried the blender pen. Awesome. Yeah, I thought a blender pen would work well. I wasn't sure if the oil will. So the pencils we had in January I wasn't particularly sold on. Although I really enjoyed the Posca pencils, I think I need to go back to them because it was very early in my Scrawler Box journey that we got them. And I don't think I used the Posca pencils to their full capabilities, shall we say. I'm just finding some greens. I'm going to do this bottle of green. But I found the Poscas a bit more not scratchy. I feel like these are smoother, like more creamier, I don't know, but I do need to revisit the Poscas. And then was it the Chroma Flows we had in that box with the sandy coloured paper pad? I really liked those. I only used them on that textured pad, but I thought they laid down really well. They were very pigmented, and they blended really nicely. I think we had a white with it, and when I put the white in for highlights, it was fantastic. So I think if you go in sort of the direction of Chroma Flows, they probably slightly outshine these. But from an affordability perspective, these are amazing. I think I paid 40 or £45 for the 120, and I love them. I think they're fantastic. Hey Mark! The Chroma Flows are beautiful, and they're the ones that you guys bought, aren't they? Mel, Paul, I think you guys bought them. Yeah, I need to pull out my orange oil, maybe in my next stream, because I actually don't know where it is. I will pull out the orange oil and we'll see how it works.
I found a stream. You
found my stream? Oh, have you? Cool.
But it's a bit behind than what you're on.
It probably is slightly behind. Are you going to go watch it?
Maybe. Okay,
just don't make sure it's not too loud so I can't hear myself in the other room.
You can't.
Because I won't enjoy it.
I can hear myself. I can hear you.
How are you, Mark? How is Saturday? Totally not an impulse purchase. No, not at all. But very much a worthwhile impulse purchase because you've tried them out and you know how good they are and you got them as a bargain. These were kind of, I've been looking at these for ages. So for those that care about the colours I'm just about to use before I carry on my sentence, I have a chrome green, a hooker's green, not quite sure why it's called hooker's green, and a phthalo green, so it's the phthalo's a bit blue green. I've actually been looking at these golds for a really long time, and I'd said to my mum about a week earlier, I know what I want for Christmas, and I told her, and she was like, well, that's rather expensive for pencils. And I was like, yes, okay. So then I just bought them myself. Okay, Mel. Speak to you soon. Enjoy your Nando's.
Bye.
Alfie said bye from the other room. yeah, so I've been looking at these for a really long time, and I have the soft touch pencils, and it was actually the soft touch pencils I used for the picture of Tommy, which I think has come up as my thumbnail, but it's also my cover photo on YouTube. And I was really impressed with the soft touch. It was the paper that I used that was kind of, I wish I'd bought a new pad before I used it, but the pencils kind of were good enough quality that the paper didn't matter quite so much. The picture definitely would have been better with a slightly more textured and a better GSM paper. I literally just used a cheap A4 pad that I don't even know where I got it from. But then these are like that next step up. Bit knackered. Ooh, I love roast chicken. Hook out as in rugby. Maybe it's meant to be like a grassy green, like, you know, obviously rugby grass. Yeah, let's go to Mark's house for chicken. I do love chicken. You've got to have it with everything though, and especially cauliflower cheese. Yorkshire puddings, stuffing, cauliflower cheese, nice veggies, carrots, peas, broccoli. What else do I have on my roast chicken? I love roast potatoes, but I can't really eat them anymore. I've been trying recently, and now I've gone back to not eating them because my body doesn't like them. So for me, it's not the roasties, although like mini roasted sweet potato is really nice, like little cubes. I do like that. Spatchcock barbecue chicken salad, nice. Have you actually had the barbecue out, or was it like barbecue sauced? I've got green on this page, look. There's a little bit there. I probably should put them down while I'm working. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I moved my mic lower to pick up my head being down by my desk. Excuse me. Suddenly the yawns have kicked in. I've been out this morning to a steampunk festival in town. I was very adult and bought myself a petrol can so I can get petrol for the lawnmower, and then got my new nail varnish, which I'm wearing now because, you know, had to have good nails for the stream. Just giving some shadow behind this rope. Seasoned plus sauce. Ooh, lovely. Cooking with Mark. Welcome anytime, Shaz. Again, I think it's probably a fair trek. I live in the arse end of nowhere, on the very west coast of Somerset. It's beautiful, but no one lives near me. There's a couple in the Scrawler Box group I've discovered live in Bridgewater, and just outside of Bridgewater, which is about 45 minutes away for me. So they're probably the closest I've found so far. Yeah, you gotta have the really nice roast like that. Thank you, Shaz. This microphone was worth it then. I was having real trouble, so I had to wear my headset, my gaming headset, when I was first trying the cameras and stuff, and realised that Steve's webcam just wasn't good enough quality to see this. It like washed everything out, so you really couldn't see anything. So I ordered a cheap camera, but it's actually doing an amazing job. It's like I think it's 2K, it might even be 4K, and it was only about 20 something pounds. And then I thought, oh, I'll try and use my earbuds and the mic that's in them, because it's like really good for phone calls and stuff, and it just didn't like picking it up. It was being a real pain, and I thought, you know what, if I'm going to do this properly, I'm going to get a microphone. And then I suggested to Mel the other night we start like a little arty podcast where we just chat art supplies, most recent Scrawler Box, techniques, things like that, and we can just do it via Discord and stream it out. And I thought that would be really fun. So if anyone else wants to join a podcast at some point, it'd be great. Hampshire, lovely. With dodgy nails. The green I had the other night had chipped really badly, and my nails are normally really short, but these are actually looking quite nice. So I thought, oh, I'm gonna get some like shiny nail varnish. This is like all flecky, like flecky glitter. I didn't want people to talk about my nails, be like, oh, she does a great stream, but her nails are disgusting. Wiltshire and Swindon, everyone lives in nice places. Don't get me wrong, where I live's nice, but there's not much that goes on here. Like I say, Steampunk Festival, but in all honesty, our roads are still open. There was a few stalls in, we've got this building, it's called the Old Hospital, it's like a big building in the centre of town. There's a few stalls in their sort of car park. There was a plant sale in the church in the middle of town. I think there was a bit more happening at the train station, but we didn't make it down there because I had to go and do a food shop, so I made it to the joys of Morrison's. But there we are. Yes, I think we do need a Discord. So I have one, but I use it when I'm gaming and stuff like that. And I'm thinking it would be great to set up like a little arty, a TK Maxident crew. That's what we should call it. Discord. And maybe we could actually call our podcast like TK Maxident Support Group. Other art supply stores are available. Even though technically it's not an art supply store, but it has become kind of like a mecca for art people, because it's just irresistible. You live in Bradford. I like the face that you've put with that. Originally from London. Nice. We need that as our slogan, I know. What I like is that we've got this little like number 91 scrawler box, which we're on 92 now. And we just don't leave 91. 91 has become our chat room. So I said to Kat, it needs to change names, because it's not just about, and it hasn't been for a long time, the 91 scrawler box. So I'm not quite sure. Now I decided to go green. How I'm going to work this kind of bit here without making it really, really green and washing it out. I might like border it and then see. I might do the neck a little bit here. We'll work it out. It doesn't matter with a colouring book. It doesn't matter with art in general. You can make it whatever you want to make it. South London, Margate and Witterings. Have you got a proper like London accent? South London. That was terrible. Yeah, Discord is just, it's a bit like a messenger in some respects. It's a bit more complicated than a messenger, I think. But it's used a lot more for voice chats. So you create a server, so a page kind of thing. And within that page, you can have some little side rooms. So you can have like a room where you post your TK Maxidents, and you can have a little room where we post pictures of our animals. And then you can have a chat room, or more than one chat room. You can literally just add rooms over and over. And yeah, it's just kind of an easy way. You can join on your phone and chat through your phone, almost like a phone call. Well, it is like a phone call. Or you can do it online. You can stream videos. So I could, like, if I didn't want to go live on YouTube, you could just stream something in Discord, and then those that are in that chat can see what you're up to. So yeah. It can be a little bit to get used to, but I think because you would have one server it would be quite straightforward for you. So you would just download Discord, you would we would invite you when we know your Discord name, you would accept that invite, and then you're in that server. I think you just have to get used to how to move from one room to another. It's a matter of just clicking where you want to be on the left hand side, really, but obviously that's easy to say from someone that gets it. And I know, having been a newbie to Discord and hated it when I first used it, that it can be a bit faffy. Only when you're grumpy. You put on the grumpy Londoner accent. You're like the posh Londoner accent when you're not grumpy. Elocution lessons. Do you have that kind of switch, Di? Do you go from like your elocution way, especially on the phone, your telephone voice, extremely posh, and you talk like you've had your elocution, I can't even say the word, elocution lessons, and you enunciate every word precisely like the Queen, and then when your kids annoy you, you turn into proper like scummy, really rough from the back ends of wherever kind of accent, like, oi kids. Dino bucket. I love that. I don't know how mine goes, really. I definitely have a telephone voice. This is probably similar to my telephone voice because I'm talking to people that are sort of in a more professional sense to some extent. I'll probably slip into a more casual voice as we get on, like as we go on and I stop thinking. But I think, yeah, this is probably, it's kind of like my voice in general. But definitely when I'm tired, when I'm being annoyed by something, I probably just can't be bothered to speak, let alone try and speak nicely. When I'm tired, I kind of go into that zone sometimes where I just can't even think to talk. Like, no words. I'm just gonna sit here in silence. I might nod at you and grunt at you and go, yeah, I'm okay, yeah. But that's all you're getting. Cool. I'm going to go in slightly darker now. I'm very impressed, Shaz. I am very impressed that you managed to subscribe and join the chat. You sound like Danny Dyer when you're mad. I love that. I like this. So this original green, I suppose the colours are quite good on the stream, I think. It's kind of emeraldy. That was the chrome green. And now I'm using the hooker's green to kind of fill in a few darker bits. And it's quite emeraldy. And darker. It's definitely a grassier green. There you go. There's my accent. Grass. A grassier green. It's grassier. Bath. Grass. That's the southwest. A carrot cruncher Farmer Giles. It would suit storybook readings, do you think? I get annoyed with reading. My head tries to... Well, no. I'm fine with reading in my head. But if I'm trying to read out loud, my head's trying to think ahead and I read too fast. So then I ended up making like silly little reading mistakes and then I have to sort of correct myself and fumble over my words. I'm glad the sound's coming through clear though. That makes me feel happy. I'm hoping other people can join the live. Like, I think I shared the link that I shared to you guys. So if you guys have made it, I'm guessing people can. And Alfie made it actually. So yeah. Thick Yorkshire accent, amazing. My dad's got quite a thick Devonian accent. My grandparents have a really thick Devonian accent. So sometimes, and they talk quite fast. So sometimes you really have to listen, and that's me, like, having grown up with them. So I said to my fiance when we, like, first got together and he met my grandparents, I'm like, you just have to listen super carefully. And he's like, oh, don't worry, I'm used to it. His dad was a farmer before he passed away, and so he went out to all sorts of different farmer things where obviously around here you get sort of more Somerset and Bristolian farmers, so he was used to these thick accents. Luckily could understand what the hell my dad and my grandparents say. I don't notice my dad so much most of the time, and I don't know if I slip into more of an accent when I'm with him. I've never really thought about it, but yeah, it's always fun. CBeebies bedtime. Oh, bless you. Do you know the best CBeebies bedtime? It was Tom Hardy. Actually, he read a CBeebies bedtime on New Year's Eve one year, and I would not go out for New Year until I had listened to him read CBeebies bedtime. And my boyfriend at the time was working until just after Tom Hardy had read a story. So I went to his work to get his house key so I could let myself in and sit down with Tom before we went out for New Year. That's so sad, isn't it? But it was lush. I loved it. That is very true, Shaz. He did, see? He did. He's done several CBeebies things. Yes, Di. Do you know, Paul's picture that he sent me is even better in person. I absolutely love it. It's currently on my desk because I'm trying to work out what to do with it. Steve was like, did you draw Tom Hardy? I said, no. Paul drew it for me. And he just looked at me and I was like, so I asked really, really nicely and gave a suggestion and sent a picture. And during his downtime, he very kindly drew him. So he was like, okay, so what are you going to do with him now? I was like, don't know, but I can look at him regularly when he's on my desk. Puts up with my Tom obsession. Right, where's my hooker's green? Oh God, he does it on purpose. I know they literally, some of these, what was it, the other guy, I don't know his name, Jean-Pierre or something, he was in one of the period dramas. I don't really watch them, and everyone loved him, and they purposefully, don't they, they put these scripts in where they say, now then you need to snuggle up in bed and I'll be there shortly, and I'm thinking, you are not doing that for the children. That is not a, come on kids, let's go to bed and read a story. That's a, hey mums, I know you're watching. Waterproof the drawing. I'm not that bad. I actually have like a Tom Hardy sort of signed print somewhere. I haven't put it on the wall because I feel like I'd look a little bit over obsessed. Yes, Alfie.
I'm gonna go breathe air.
Okay, what, outside?
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Front or back?
I don't know.
Could you open that window for me while you
Which
stood
one?
there, please? The one behind you.
Which one?
No one can see you because we're colouring.
Look.
That window behind you.
I'm not a window.
Thank you very much.
Oh, the door. Blocking the window.
Mark's always the filthy one. Mark turns this to filth.
What do you mean?
Don't you worry your little head. Right, shoo away.
Oh.
Shoo away, child.
Mom.
He said, Mark. I haven't watched CBeebies at bedtime in a long time. My son is 12 in August. So it's been quite some time, but when I see one of the special ones come on, because they actually do advertise them as like special ones, I will admittedly tune in. And you can catch up with them on YouTube anyway, can't you? You can like go back and watch. Everyone does need a hobby. For me, I would quite happily have Tom Hardy as my hobby. I actually put a, I think it was last year. This year I didn't mention look but don't touch list. But last year on mine and Steve's anniversary of our first date, which we celebrate until we're married, obviously, I actually said there's no one I'd rather be with other than Tom Hardy and Henry Cavill, maybe. Because Henry Cavill is also a proper nerd, and he's like the hottest nerd I have ever seen in my life. So we do love a little bit of Henry Cavill. He is so funny. He won't, like, he'll hide away from the cameras if he doesn't want to be on it, and then he prances around as if people can see him. So he clearly does want to be on it. I might put it on in a bit when we have a little stop and chat break. We'll do that. Is that coming out quite nice? It's still a little bit like the colour all looks the same at the moment because it's quite bright outside. I think when it goes a bit darker outside, this will be a bit clearer. He is King Nerd. Ooh, who's lusted after? I know you were working on Mr. Bublé. Are you still working on him? I haven't lusted over him for a while. He was like, I don't know, back in my earlier 20s when I was more innocent. Bublé's an innocent lust. Cavill, however, oh my god, that man is mighty fine. Tom Hardy and Jason Momoa. Yes, Jason Momoa he's lovely too. I actually really like in Aquaman, he has like these golden eyes, doesn't he? And they're quite fun. Oh, Bublé's finished. Oh, it's Jason Momoa. Is that it? Oh, nice. Are you doing his more recent look where he's got sort of his shaved sides of his head and this kind of long mohawky bit that he ties back? I quite like that. I didn't when I first saw it. I was like, oh, what did you do? Oh, I don't know. But now I've seen a few pictures, and he's also one of the guys. So Alfie likes wearing like bracelets, but like bead bracelets, like the amethyst and stuff like that, like crystal bracelets, and he really likes wearing them, and he says something about not wearing them because like boys don't wear them and everything. And I said, what do you mean boys don't wear bracelets? And he's like, well, they don't. And I said, right. So I found Jason Momoa. I said, he's got a pink hairband on his wrist, he's got bracelets all up his arm, same with Johnny Depp. He's got long hair, he wears nail polish. I said, but he is one of the most attractive men on the planet, is lusted over by all these women. I said, so at the end of the day, mate, if you want to wear bracelets, go for it. I think what sells a guy to other women is them being confident to be themselves. And at the end of the day, if your mates make fun of you, then they're not very good mates, are they? So now he's a bit more confident to wear bracelets. I need to see in this chat. I need to see the picture. Let's have a look. The most active chat. Nice. The Aquaman one. Very good. My phone's charging nicely now.
I have a colouring book.
What, do you want to use one of my ones that I've got? Because the ones next to my bed are a bit flowery. I don't know where I put my
Mom,
superhero-y one.
new species of animal cat coming to us.
I can't see a cat.
It's a chunky white and grey cat.
Chunky white and grey cat.
Yeah. The black ones came, now there's a grey one.
Well, we don't want that chunky cat in our house because, or near our house, what?
Maybe the black cat split apart and made those two colours.
I don't think the black cat split apart and turned grey and white.
Could have done.
Right, I don't know if I've got a colouring book that you'll enjoy because my one for
Oh, look. A Shrek's dinner.
Like superhero. It is a bit like Shrek's dinner.
He eats eyeballs.
He does eat eyeballs. My one that's like the superhero one, I don't know where I've put it. Oh, actually, I think I do. In the lounge,
Yeah.
under the printer,
Under the printer, yeah.
is the cube unit.
No.
In the top right hand cube, have a look in there.
Okay.
I think there might be the superhero
Can you
colouring
turn
book.
the face camera on?
Do you want to say hello?
From there.
Bend down then, I'll turn the face camera on.
Do you mean
There you go.
scary?
Do you want to say hello?
Scary.
You asked me to turn it on.
It's scary. Can I have a banana?
You can have a banana if you want. The new trailer for Fast X, I did see something. Do you know what puts me off it? I don't... the girl that played Supergirl, is it Supergirl?
I have the
Captain
biggest,
Marvel. There you go, there's an Alfie. Are you going to come here and appear?
No, I have the biggest
Bend down.
banana.
Bend down. Not just your banana.
How much is my banana?
Oh, what's her name? She played Captain Marvel. Brie Larson. Brie Larson? There you go. There's an Alfie. Right, turn it back off now.
Okay.
I find her really wooden and struggle with her as an actress. Oh, I've managed to knock something where I didn't want it. There we go. So I did watch the trailer and I will probably watch the film, but I think I'll probably watch it locally where it's like £4 to watch it. Di said, hello, Alfie. But yes, Fast X. I do like the Fast films. Although I haven't watched the most recent one, possibly even the most recent two. They kind of got a bit insane. And obviously once Paul Walker passed away, it was kind of hard to enjoy it in the same way because he was basically the main character in the first few, wasn't he? Obviously not number 3 because that was kind of a branch off in its own right. But it was his story about, you know, infiltrating this group of reprobates and then finding his family amongst them. So when he passed away, I found it kind of hard to watch them in the same way and enjoy them in the same way.
Have a good night, guys.
Alfie says, have a good night, guys. Shaz said hello.
Hi.
What are you doing now, Alf?
Playing Roblox
Okay. What, upstairs?
on my phone.
Okay. My watch just told me to get up and move. No thanks. I'm streaming. I don't want to get up and move.
Mum, you should. Your watch is telling you the right thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm going to stop with the green. I'm going to keep them out though, because if we end up going over this a little bit, I want to make sure we do it with the right colours. One thing I am going to do, just very quickly, excuse me being on my phone, is for drooling purposes. Oh, hello, just that screenshot is fine. That'll do.
Mum,
Yes, please. Yes, Alf.
just stretch your arms a bit. You've been drawing with them for ages.
Shall I do a sit back and chat?
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Springtime.
We just move the microphone up. We put the face cam on. Although I've realised I'm quite pink cheeked because it's quite warm in here and I've got my hoodie on. But we'll do a sit back and chat. My hair's this kind of, I washed it last night and I didn't dry it. So now it's kind of wavy, kind of not. Because I didn't put any effort into it. So we're going to take a small 2-minute coffee break to drink some coffee and chat away.
I need coffee.
So what's everyone's plans for Sunday? And Bank Holiday Monday? Is anyone a coronation crazed fanatic with a street party and everything else? Stephen messaged me. He's been watching on and off. He's been very quiet. I think he's slightly intimidated by the fact that everyone in here he doesn't know. But feel free, guys, to say hi when he comes in, if he comes in.
I know what people should do.
What should they do, Alf?
They should do a drawing challenge.
A drawing challenge? What kind of drawing challenge?
Whoever can draw the best cat.
Whoever can draw the best cat?
Yeah, that looks like Xander.
That looks like Xander?
Yeah.
Okay.
Show them a picture of Xander.
You want me to get people to draw Xander?
Good idea.
Ah. So Alfie's requested that people draw Xander. Oh, your daughter's birthday. That's so exciting. 7's a really fun age. Happy birthday to her. Monday will be a sugar crash. Especially if you get all your sweets. I suppose they're not going to arrive until after Tuesday. What else is in 91? In fact, I can look at it over on this screen. Oh, a bit of Cavill. He is a bit lovely. I haven't shown them a picture of Xander yet. They did see Xander because he appeared at the very beginning. So, I'm sure we can discuss drawing Xander. Which could be quite fun. Hi to Stephen. He might be in here nosying. Just sat there in the background watching. He needs to say hello. He's at work. He's on there he is. He's on night shifts.
Hi, Steve.
Hello, Shmeevan.
Hi, Steve.
Alfie says hi from the lounge. See, for me, Monday just becomes an extra day off work. I might watch the coronation for the fact that it's historical. However, in my lifetime, there's likely to be another one. And I think I'd rather watch the William and Kate coronation than the Charles and Camilla coronation. However, it's, like I say, it's still historical. So I might put it on. The thing that kind of bugs me, I suppose, is they will have spent a ridiculous amount of money on this coronation. And I appreciate it will have also brought a ridiculous amount of money into the country with all the tourists. As I read some comments the other day, there was people like, I'm coming from Texas, I'm coming from here, I'm coming from there, specifically for it. So tourist-wise, it's going to bring in an awful lot of people. But when we still have an awful lot of people on our streets, we still have, ex-service people really struggling to find jobs and homes and things like that. And we have a cost of living crisis and the energy bills and even shopping. Like the price of eggs today was ridiculous. I actually said to a woman, I think you pretty much need to remortgage your house to buy eggs currently. I said, I think it would be cheaper to get chicken. She went, you know what? I think it probably would be.
Oh, that's why she was laughing.
So if I appear with some chickens in my garden in a few weeks and Stephen has divorced me pre-getting married, then you'll know why. I know Carmel's getting chickens, and that's very exciting. I might live vicariously through her. But yeah, so I'll watch it, but I kind of have an element of reluctance around it. But I'll enjoy the extra day off. And I need to finish Mel's challenge. I think I have... How many do I have left? I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 4 left to do. I think Celestial was my next one. So I need to think of something for Celestial, which is probably the easiest one to think of something for, to be fair. Ooh, I know what I'm doing now. Grandad's coming up tomorrow, Alf.
Yay! What to do?
To say hi.
Oh, can we go out?
Might go back down to the Steampunk Festival.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was on the weekend.
It's on tomorrow as well, so there'll be the trains and stuff.
Yay!
Depends on the weather.
Yeah, true.
About 3 a day. Nice. See, Alfie loves eggs. I like eggs. Steve hates eggs. So at least there would be 2 of us that would regularly eat them. And then we could always give them to people. Just feed our street. So, yeah. Right, turning my cam back off and we're going to get back to the picture. We've had a brief pause. Let's put that down there. Right, eyeballs. I'm definitely going to do a purple eyeball in the kind of homage to the actual eye colours of Game of Thrones characters, because they much have purple eyes. Again, not sure how I feel about moving the pencils. It reminds me of when I went to school. I had all sorts of different pencil cases, but one year I decided to have a pencil tin, and that was all well and good until I was particularly anal about my pencils being in a particular order and everything being neat and tidy in my tin. So, anytime I left my desk to go to the toilet or do whatever, my friends found great pleasure in messing up my tin. Every time. I know you would. So, it kind of reminds me of that, this giant tin. Part of me wants to sort it so that I have like a rainbow of colour that bleeds one to the other. But I know that I'll end up becoming sort of all consumed by it. And then it will make me anxious when stuff gets moved around. I had to kind of stop doing things like that because I'd be like, oh no. I never really got stressed by it. I always found it funny, and they found it funny. They were always laughing with me, not at me, which is nice. I'm sure they laughed at me on many occasions, especially when I fell down the steps going into the English block one day. That was quite funny. Can you hear the background music okay, guys? Is it kind of loud enough to enjoy if I don't talk? You supply the family. I bet they love that, Paul. Fresh eggs, and they don't have to spend a small fortune. Thank you so much, Shaz. Enjoy your dinner. I think I'll probably be on for, how long have I been on so far? Probably another hour, till about 9. And then I'm going to hop off and maybe do one more of Mel's, there's a hair there, one more of Mel's challenges tonight. Because I won't have much time tomorrow if my dad comes up, although I do have Monday, which is nice this week. And then Tuesday, my son's got a strike day, and I'm meant to be away for work, so I kind of have to suss out what I'm doing with that. By away, I mean only for the day. It's about an hour and a half away where I need to go. I need to dig my white out of here now. And by all means, guys, don't feel like you have to stay. If you've got things to do or anything like that, don't feel obliged to hang around. What colour is that? That's close to white. Almond. I don't think it's quite light enough. Ah, there's my white. Titanium white. There we go. See, you can see, I don't know how well you can see, that the white actually does highlight over the top, whereas I find with some pencils, if you're going over the top with the white, it just doesn't really do anything. But this one does give a really nice highlight, which is fun. Let's find some grey. There's a really metallic one here. It's called graphite. But it's very metallic-y. And I suppose it's kind of metallic on the swatch as well. No worries, darling, not a problem. Thank you so much for being here. Like I say, I'll probably be about another hour, and then jump off anyway. I'm trying to think what colour I'm going to kind of shadow the eyeball with, whether to go for a grey or whether to go for more of a blue grey. And then do I do another one of these eyeballs purple, or do I leave it as one purple one and then all different colours? Not quite sure. What's this grey? Payne's grey. That's very grey on this sort of sheet. Alfie?
Yeah?
I don't want to hear that, please.
What is it?
Your phone. There's a Venetian Blue Deep. See if I can find that one in this tin. Oh, blue grey. Where's that one on the swatch? The other thing that's a bit frustrating about the swatch is it's not in any kind of order, so it's not even in number order. So I can't look at blue grey and go, oh, what number's that? And then find it, you know, chronologically on the sheet. I have to kind of actually look for it and hope I find it. Venetian Deep Blue, Venetian Blue, Cool Grey Deep. Ugh, I can't find it. It says blue grey, so I'm going to go for it. It's very confusing. What I might have to do is make my own swatch sheet and do numbers 1 to 120 and then find them individually, just so at least I can find the colour a little bit more easily. I think that's a good shout. Maybe that's what I'll do after the stream. Let's make a 1 to 120 swatch sheet. It does, however, take like 2 hours to swatch. It's like a minute a pencil. Maybe rather, because I did it very neat and tidy in particular on the official swatch sheet, so maybe I'll just need to be a little bit less anal about it and just kind of scribble the colour out. That looks quite cool. I think that gives the eyeball a bit of a eyeball tone, doesn't it? I suppose it's kind of off-white and eyeball. I don't know whether to... I don't know what that is. Kind of coloured it out with the white anyway. It's kind of like these highlight circles here. It almost makes me want to colour the eyeball itself in a little bit more of a tone, maybe a bluey, very light bluey colour. So that's my grey for shadowing. I've done purple eyeballs. I think I'm going to turn to a different colour. Quite like, it's a fallow turquoise here, which looks lovely. Let's see if I can find a nice pale blue. That's quite pale. Is that the one? Cobalt turquoise? It is. Maybe we'll just make this eyeball a bit off-white with the blue. Work it in with the grey a bit down here. I love colouring books because you can just kind of switch off. Like when you're actually making your own art, you're thinking about it, you're not wanting to make mistakes. Yes, Elf? I don't know what you just said.
Oh,
Can you text me? Yeah. There we go.
my phone died, obviously.
I'll go upstairs and put it on charge. There we go. kind of added a bit of colour to it. Not that you can see it particularly well, but it's kind of got a bit of blue going on in there. And then I'm going to try this. Is that the turquoise? Yeah, fallow turquoise. Ooh, that's quite a nice colour.
Hey, Pluto here.
There's an advert for you.
Shout out to all you wonderful creators for coming to
Some
Upbeat for your music.
royalty-free music,
Keep doing
so
what you
obviously
do
after
and
a
help
while
support us artists by upgrading to Upbeat Premium now.
gives you a little advert. There we go. Perhaps of thoughts to Metallica. That sounds like what Steve does.
What, listening to Metallica?
Thank you so much, Di. I really appreciate you coming in and your support. So thank you very much. Hopefully you get the kids to calm down. If you get really stuck, find some Puritan. Genius idea. I will see you in chat. That's a really nice turquoise, actually. I'm going to find a lighter one to kind of bring out the thing, the kind of colours in there. But it's really pretty turquoise. Steve would probably very much agree with you, Paul, that Metallica can indeed be soothing. In fact, he's more soothed by heavy metal music than by so-called soothing music. It's his relaxing, calming, de-stressing, anti-anxiety kind of music, whereas if anything's too loud, I mean, I enjoy Metallica, but if anything's too loud and too shouty, it is definitely not anti-anxiety for me.
Hashtag when you go to a soft play.
Right, let's put some highlights in this eyeball. Are you going to go chill in your room now, Alf? Like I say, Grandad's going to come up tomorrow.
I need to wait for my phone to charge.
You can see it's really nice, like blue-green. And possibly the wife. No worries, Paul. Thank you as well for coming in and for the support. And for you guys being my testers as well the other day to really kind of give me that boost. I really appreciate that. That definitely helped. Right, where did my grey go? Oh no, that's the graphite. I don't want that one. It's this one here. Orion named after them. Love it. What colour eyeball? Oh, I'm going to do a yellow eyeball, like a golden yellowy colour. Thrash metal. Any kind of metal you like though, don't you? Like Russian metal and God knows what else. I'm waving behind the camera, Paul. I'm waving. Look, we'll wave here. Hello. Right, where's that blue gone? There it is. Just to give a bit of colour to the eyeball. Here, we'll put it a little bit darker around the iris as well. There we go. Very nicely, there was a tiny fleck of this blue on my white pencil, so it's given a really slight blue to the edge of that highlight, which is really cool. Definitely not going to finish this picture in 2 hours, are we? Too much talking, not enough colouring. Pretty much how my teacher's reports always were. Too much talking, not enough attention to the work that's supposed to be done. My favourite was, although Amy can talk and listen at the same time, not everyone is capable of doing so. So she is disturbing the class. Right, there are the yellows we were using. I want more of a bright yellow for the eyeballs. Okay, we have a lemon yellow. That'd be Zoe's favourite. And we'll do this one as well, which is a lemon yellow light. There we go. I think I'll go in with the light first. Make this one yellow. Do it light all over. I'm kind of like streaming at this time of night, maybe 6, 7 o'clock, because it means I know when I've finished I'll actually have some time to still do some more art, like off screen. Eventually I'll pluck up the courage to do art live, but I'm definitely one of those people that, you know, doesn't just create as easily as like Zoe does. She's so fantastic. When I watch her live, she just lays it down and it's always awesome. That doesn't work for me. There's always, well, not always, I mean, I've kind of challenged myself with these inks for Mel's challenge to just go with it and not really draw anything out too much, see what the ink's going to do, and kind of work with it that way. I mean, that fish was 5-10 minutes, literally kind of created itself, which was really cool to kind of watch. And obviously I did move the ink around a little bit and shape it and stuff, but it actually did an awful lot of work by itself. So the inks have helped me to kind of relax a little bit and just kind of go with it. But when I do pieces for like the scrawler sketch and the scrawler challenge, I tend to have to really think, find some reference pictures, really draw it out. Pale yellow, that one. And I take a lot more time over it. So I thought, I don't really want to start there. There's a lot of erasing and redrawing and rethinking and moving around. I always find it amazing, and I've tried it and it kind of works but not always. Oh, excuse me. Where people tape their picture down like straight in front of them. I kind of do it with this one. You'll notice I turn everything sideways, and I do the same with my artwork. So even when I did the painting, like the breastfeeding painting, I did tape that one down, but I had it turned sideways and I had it on a small cutting mat, so I could kind of move the mat as well. So that's another thing, like I have to move things around, and so it's quite hard to do that sat in front of the computer when you're not able to move stuff very well. This music's lovely. It's just so relaxing. I'm hoping this live kind of saves. I'm not really sure what to do afterwards. Whether it automatically saves or whether I have to save it, whether I've clicked the right buttons in the settings so that it saves itself. I'm kind of hoping it does, because I haven't like recorded it or anything. I know some people record them and then kind of make shorts and things like that, but I'm not sure. We'll find out. I've never streamed to YouTube, so this is a whole new experience for me. I feel like that was a bit too blue. Let's try and balance it out a bit. Let's put some white back in. Blend that grey. The fantastic thing about these pencils is when you're smooth with them, they just gently, slowly layer up, make some really nice mixes and colours, like when we did the green here and the cork. But you can quite easily give them a lot of pressure and their leads don't crumble, and they lay down a much thicker pigmented tone. So this white like really does help highlight, but it kind of blends at the same time. Yes, Alfie?
Do you think Nanny will bring up her sausage rolls?
I have no idea.
Can you ask Granddad next time if she doesn't to make me some sausage rolls?
Yeah, but it will have to be next time now,
Okay, that's fine.
because she'll have had to have already done them otherwise for tomorrow.
Yeah. Steve normally eats the sausage rolls.
No, he doesn't.
I eat them with him.
I would like a bit more green down here, I think. Maybe that hooker's green. It's gone quiet in the chat, you guys. I know lots of you have left. If you haven't already and you're in here having a nosy, be sure to say hi. I think it's probably the same guys, which is awesome. I really appreciate you guys being so supportive. Give that bottle a bit of a base. I think that kind of works, doesn't it? It's got this little question mark here, so Orvid should save. Okay, cool. That would be helpful if it does. I think it'd be quite nice to have it saved. I don't know, do they have a time on them? Any like Twitch? I think it said it was something like 60 days, unless you pay like a premium membership or something, and then it can be longer. Oh, my elbow's getting cold. It's starting to hurt. Let's wrap that up. Have some more coffee. There's a lot of chatting and colouring, not enough coffee. Right, what colour should we do this eyeball? We've got a yellow, we've got a turquoise, we've got a purple. What colour for this one?
Green.
No, the bottle's green. A black eyeball? I don't know that I want a black eyeball. No, because the pupil's black, so it would just all kind of get lost.
That's the whole point. Black, black and black.
Black, black and black.
Yeah, black, black and black.
What did you... Oh, you had Nando's, didn't you? What did you have from Nando's, Mel? I haven't had Nando's in ages. I love their wraps. The colours are really pretty. Let's try and bring them up a little bit closer. That turquoise, I love that turquoise. So pretty. Black, black and black. Oh, the bottle green. So that's a mix of 3 greens to get... I'm quite happy with that. And the cork looks quite cool as well. We've picked the right colours. I think at some point I'll do that psychedelic mushroom one, Mel, where you guys can pick the colours. Did you see the finished one from the other night? That's how we finished it. You were there till the end, weren't you? So yes, you did. For anyone that didn't make it to the end, there's the finished one from our chat. That's what I was saying, Mel. So there's graphite, which is very metallic. It's even like a metallic-y paint on the end. What was the other one you said was metallic? Look, it's like a flip through. I'm guessing it would be like a gold. What's that one? That one looks metallic. Green gold looks a bit metallic-y. What's it like on the swatch sheet? Green gold is here, yeah. I would say probably green gold and graphite are a gold and silver metallic. There's definitely a metallic sheen to that green gold. Yes, I think so, Mel. Graphite and green gold have definitely got a glittery shimmer. The grilled chicken pizza with... Ooh, I don't think I've had the pizzas. That is a plan. Oh, rude. Tell Chris that's incredibly rude, Stephen. How can he not pick you up, Sam? That's mean. I'm just going to put my hair up because I'm getting a bit warm. So next time you see me, I'll look like a crazy lady.
Quick, turn on the camera.
There's Xander. You want me to turn the camera back on? But put my hair up, Al. Halfway through putting my hair up and Xander needs to visit, apparently.
Look, Xander.
There you go.
Xander, guys. Say hi, Xander.
Xander's like, what the hell are you doing to me?
Good boy. Bye-bye.
There we go. Let's turn it off again for a minute. I'm getting this hair up. Tell Chris to go and get you some KFC now, Stephen. You have to go for another trip, and maybe next time he'll think about asking. Bless him. Okay, put the mouse back down there. I need to set up my shelves because that way I can have more art supplies down there underneath me. Make it a bit easier. Stephen, tell Chris to subscribe to my YouTube. Okay, last eyeball. Anyone got a colour choice? Just having a look through my swatches. Maybe a red eyeball. Yeah, I'm going to go for a red. What have we got in here? Red ochre. That's a very pinky red. Let's try and find vermilion. That's scarlet. Ooh, scarlet might counteract that quite well. Cherry pink. So you might think, oh, if you had them in their trays, there's vermilion. It'd be easier, but honestly, it didn't make it any bloody easier. Oh, orange and let's go with vermilion with orange highlights. What colour is that? Marigold. Let's do red with orange highlights. Hazel. Mark, we're going for abnormally coloured eyes. When was the last time you saw a purple eye or a turquoise eye? I suppose blue. I've got blue eyes, but that's a turquoise. Turquoise eyes would be super cool. What? No, I'm not doing brown. I know, but I didn't want eyes that were normal colours. They're in a jar for a reason. Someone killed these fae and goblins and Game of Thrones characters to put their eyes in this jar. I've got a purple one and a red and orange one, like a fire eye. The Eye of Sauron in a jar. You have friends that cosplay. I bet they have all sorts of eyes. Cosplaying would be super fun, but it's kind of the time, the money and the energy to put into it to make it really like the quality. I wouldn't be able to sort of half-ass it. I've seen some amazing cosplays. Alfie and I went to a horror con when he was younger, and there was someone that was Sam from the horror movie. I can't think what it's called. It might be called like I Am Sam or something. I think that's a different movie. I think that's actually more of a sad, soppy movie. But anyway, yeah, Sauron's eye. Yeah, and they had the proper Hessian giant head, and like they were spot on, absolutely spot on. They could have made a live action. They could have made like a second one, and this person would have very easily just fit in as Sam, as the baddie, the killer. Without even trying, they would have just turned up on set and people would have been like, yeah, carry on. They were so good. And then there was someone as Michael Myers, and a guy that regularly cosplays The Undertaker, WWE. That was really cool. He like goes around the country. He was very good. And they're also lovely as well. Like, I love things like that because people are just really kind and they want to share their art with you. I think it's a very similar community to us in that you just share your art. You all have a likened passion. So it's not about who's the best. That's another thing I love about Scrawlerbox is like even getting in the zine, getting in the weekly list, getting like on our lives, getting onto the lives as a favourite. You don't have to be the best to do it. Your art just has to speak to the people that are choosing at the end of the day. The Scrawler cosplay, when you dress up as one of your art creations. I might dress up as the fish from your challenge, Mel. I'm trying to think of like all the art I've made for the Scrawler challenge and what I could go as. I've made all sorts. It's amazing when you think back, especially if you've been like a Scrawler for a long time. So I've been just over 2 years now. And I was looking back through my Instagram. And when I first started, I very rarely completed the challenge. And if I did, it wasn't one that I kind of shared because some of them I just wasn't really happy with. But in recent months, so sort of the last 6 months, oh, there was a bit of orange on that white, and now let's see if we can colour it out a bit. What's there? It's not really colouring out, you can't really see it. Turn this light down slightly. Alfie, can you turn the kitchen light on, please, but not the one on my side, the one on the other side? Yes, Mel, you'd have to be a ghost cat. Thank you. Maybe it does need to go up a bit. And I feel like Annie would need to be one of her monsters if she could make it. She would have to be an Annie monster. Right, let's do the rope. So I don't need any eyeball colours anymore, do I? I'll keep the white out. We'll keep the green out for the bottle just in case. Let's do the rope. Let's find some browny ropey colours. What's this one? Henna brown. I'll refer back to the swatches. See, henna brown you would think is here somewhere. It's there. It's very red. Cinnamon. Oh, we use cinnamon in the quartz. It's much more of an orangey brown. Permanent brown deep. Well, that's going to be a brown, isn't it? There we go. It's a brown. Let's find a lighter one as well. Oh, I love Annie's Monsters. You just know it's an Annie work. That's what I love about like your ghost cats and Annie's Monsters. You just know it's you or Annie. And having just that little thing, like gives it away. There's a couple of other people. I can't think who they are. One of the top 3 artists in the last Scrawler zine. She does cats as well, but slightly differently. And I love hers. And Laura, on Insta, she's Laura JR Draws. She does her comic book. She does Pedro, and I can't think what the other one is right now. So whenever I see like the comics come up, I know straight away it's hers. I just got a mark on my glasses. I don't know how, because I'm pretty sure I didn't touch my face. I'll get it off now. There we go. So I love when that happens. I really love when someone has yellow ochre. I love when someone has a style that as soon as you see it posted, you just know it's them. It's like Carmel's style. She doesn't particularly think she has one, but she totally does. Same as Zoe. They both have styles that, you know, as soon as they've posted it, you know it's them. All these beauties. Beauties. Just trying to find a yellow ochre. You can hear, there it is. It's there somewhere. Yellow ochre. Do you know what before I started these lives, I thought, oh, there's some things I probably want to know how to say properly. But most of the time I don't care. But one thing I thought, oh, I'm just going to Google that and see how it's meant to be said, was gouache. So I always call it gouache. But I thought, oh, I'm going to Google it because Zoe says gouache. And I think Annie did as well. Someone did. I can't remember. And I thought, oh. But apparently, so in French, it is pretty much gouache. But gouache is another very common way of saying it. And it's not particularly wrong. So you'll probably get a mix from me if we ever do gouache or gouache. Yes, Nap Trapped is amazing. Georgette's work is insane. And I saw the other day that her and Helen are both exhibiting at the same art exhibit. And I was like, oh, I messaged her and I said, I'm so gutted that I'm not closer to have you and Helen exhibiting in the same place. I would have loved to have seen that. But yes, Georgette's work's amazing. With all the bees. I love the bees. And I have a pin badge from her collection, the ladybug that got tired of being a ladybug and wanted to be a watermelon. So it's a ladybug watermelon, and I love it. It's on my denim jacket. Yeah, I love Carmel's style. Her profile picture of the girl from The Witch, can't remember what her name is, it's on the tip of my tongue, is just insane. And she was the one that said to me to watch oh crap, honestly my brain is useless. Midsummer. She was the one that said to me watch Midsummer, and she said it to me at like 9 o'clock at night. I was like, alright, I'm gonna go up to bed and watch it, realising it was like 2 hours long. So I went up to bed. I feel like I put those browns in and then I used the wrong colour. I switched hands and then put the wrong colour on the rope. That's good, isn't it? I did think it looked like it was blending far too much the same. Thomason, yeah, I was trying to think of the actress's name. Again, that's on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, so good. But the way she uses the paint and highlights, I think that's where her style comes in, is the highlights and the kind of blocky blended style, if you know what I mean. It's blended, but it's like, I don't know how to put it. I just think it's beautiful. I don't think she ever really does anyone. She did a bird challenge, and all of those were fantastic. Oh, that was annoying. I used the wrong colour on the rope, so now I'm kind of having to try and highlight a bit with this white. Anna Taylor-Joy, that's it. We should do like a scrawler box, or they should have it on one of the lives, like a just random useless information pop quiz. Not scrawler related, not art related, just random questions, like a pub quiz. Maybe we can do that as part of our TK Maxident podcast.
Yeah.
There we go. Might put a little bit of, oh dear, I snapped my black. Let me try and do this without making too much mess. Oh crap. Yeah, making mess. Got an awful lot of pencil shavings in here. Did that move through? I think it might have, you know. No, it is stuck in the sharpener. Let's put all the shavings out the way. Best I can. There we go. Go on, go back on. Winning. Squidge all the sharpenings back in there now. Yeah, they're stuck. Never mind. Right. There we go. It's another thing I really, really like about these pencils. Like some pencils you get and then they snap. You sharpen them, they snap again. You sharpen them, they snap again. The cores of these are quite strong. So although I completely just snapped that off accidentally, I moved the pencil slightly in the sharpener, I've just been able to sharpen it to a point again without it snapping. And it doesn't then crumble. I think that's what I really like about them. We should probably talk more about art than everything else. Like, who is your favourite artist? Mine? Ah, oh, Alfie just shouted you from the lounge. How cute. Mine is probably still Pablo Picasso. And I know that's a really famous sort of, everyone says that kind of thing. But for me, it's the fact that he doesn't just have one style. So Van Gogh was another one. I went to his
Hey folks, Johnny Boyle.
gallery museum
It's a privilege to see
thing
the brilliant
in
content
Amsterdam.
you're creating with my music. If you're enjoying upbeat, why not
And
go
it was really
premium?
great to
I
see
guarantee you won't look
his
back.
more delicate styles that he has, and his more sort of traditional styles, not his own style. Because I didn't realise really that he had those kind of styles. Like I kind of did, but I've never really studied a lot of Van Gogh stuff. But Picasso, I did quite a lot of work on him in school, and obviously he had his periods. He had his blue period. He had Impressionist and Cubism and all these different styles. And I just found it really interesting that he kind of never just went, oh, I fit in this box quite nicely, I suppose, as well. I'm going to sit back for a little minute, my shoulder's sore. A little bit of that comes from not finding any fame during his living years as such. So not going, oh, well, people like this, so I'm going to stick with it. He just did what he felt at the time. So when he was feeling blue and did all his blue paintings, they were completely different to his Cubist stuff. I have the violin and piano print on my wall. And when I went to the Guggenheim and MoMA, I think there's Picasso in both. I've also seen Picasso in several other museums and galleries, but there were just several of his blue period works in some of them, and there was just something about them that really sort of, I don't know, just stood out from everyone else. I think you kind of had a real passion in them. I want a kind of tea colour. What is a tea colour? I think the yellow ochre that we were using just now. is a nice tea colour for this label. So it almost looks tea stained. You know, like when you were a kid, you were in school and you made treasure maps, and they got you to get your paper and like kind of wreck it a little bit and then tea stain it, and you made a map or something piratey, and then you rolled it into a scroll. I don't know if anyone else ever did that, but that was like one of my favourite things to do, was tea stain stuff. I reckon in a scrawler box, maybe they could add it as an extra, I don't know, but rather than just having sweets, there should be like a tea bag, like a herbal one and English, Earl Grey, Lady Grey, like different tea bags, so it encourages you to kind of sit with your tea and your sweet. Theodore Severin Kittleston. Oh, I might have to look at that. I've not heard his name. Yes, Alf.
I think they should put like a spoonful of sugar in like the tea bags.
They can't put sugar in tea bags, Alf.
But then you name them like sugar tea bags, and then you buy them, you put them in your mug, and it acts like sugar tea.
Oh, okay.
Big brain idea.
Big brain idea.
Yeah,
Well done.
I know.
Anyway, back to the artists. I'll have to look him up now because I've never heard of him. White Bear King. And that's another thing I really like about like our little groups, is we've all got different inspirations, different styles, different experiences of art. Like, I've been arting since I was able to draw or anything, since I was able to hold a pencil. But I didn't really get good at anything till I was about 9-10 years old. And I sort of had this confidence boost from a school art project. And I just kind of found this skill that was kind of lying sort of quietly in the background. I've always created, like I collect the Quality Street wrappers at Christmas, and I would create collages with them, and I would like write random things, and I'd do lots of science projects and write stuff down and draw little pictures, and so I've always done stuff like that. But I didn't do art at GCSE, but I did do it at A level. And then I didn't really art from the age of 18 until, I suppose really when I got Scrawler Box. I did the odd piece. I did Steve Stormtrooper, I did a skull, I did Wallace and Gromit, just things that people kind of asked for. Or I said, I fancy drawing, like tell me something to draw kind of thing. And I got Scrawler Box 2 years ago, I was 33. And since then, my house has become like absolutely crammed with art supplies. Steve's regretting buying me that initial subscription now and continuing to pay for it. Thank you, Mel. I'm going to put pink in there. Pink liquid. But I think one of the, Scrawler Box has really brought out my passion all over again. And I'm a bit of a all-in person if I like something. So obviously all the art supplies, all the content, like just pretty much absorbed it, eat, drink, sleep art now for the last 2 years. Work is like getting in the way of the arting. But I'm incredibly grateful for finding it again, and then the community that comes with it, because it's kind of kept me sane, especially with all the health stuff. It's been one of those things that for a little while you just switch off from everything else and you can just really enjoy it. But I also, with it, love sharing it with other people. So like my niece really likes drawing and colouring. And when we were down there before, it was just before her birthday, I bought her some paints, some mermaid tail paintbrushes, like a little mixer tray, like a little easel, but not an easel, a palette. I managed to get a line of something here. I'm not sure how or why. That's a little bit irritating. Maybe it was already on the page. I don't know, you can kind of just see it here. But I don't know where it came from. And she literally sat down in the kitchen when we got back, got out her pad of paper and her paints, and she just started painting for ages. And she loves unicorns and rainbows, so pretty much everything was unicorns and rainbows. But I love that. I love sharing that. I try and encourage Alfie as much as I can, but very often he doesn't want to know. He's like, no, don't want art. I know you don't want to do art. Sane is relative. This is very true. Sane on the level of not just melting into my sofa watching constant Netflix and never really ever communicating with anyone ever again, because I think I was very much getting to that stage of like, yeah, I'm quite happy in my own company on the sofa with Netflix. And at least with Scrawler Box there's this community and you guys to chat to and to encourage me and each other to do the challenges and do like the challenge that Mel's made, waiting on the oven and for the slow dogs to eat. So hey Paul, I'm really gutted that your sweets ended up not being delivered today because they delivered at a stupid time when you were sleeping. I hate that. I hate the Royal Mail. You get like a thing the day before. It's like, Royal Mail will deliver this item between 7:30 and 11:30, and you're thinking it's friggin' Saturday. 7:30 is not allowed. Do I risk missing my parcel and being gutted by it to stay in bed, or do I get up and then find they're going to deliver it at 11:30? Mine didn't get delivered until it was about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was meant to be delivered by 11:30. I was like, guys, hurry up. My watch is telling me to move again. I just had a little movement break watch. Were you not paying attention? It does that. I'll come out into the kitchen and cook dinner, be stood up, cooking away, go sit down to eat, and it'll go, we think you should move. I'm thinking, I've just friggin' sat down. Yeah, Royal Mail are just pests. I love Royal Mail, don't get me wrong. I really appreciate that we actually have this mail service that doesn't cost an arm and a leg, really, when you think about like where our parcels travel and how much it must take to get them there. But I will say they really need to not be up so early in the bloody morning. Just chill out, guys. Just, and maybe assess your people that you're delivering to and think, yeah, she's not a morning person, we'll leave it till late. Maybe that's why he didn't deliver until 1:30, 2 o'clock. He's already assessed me and gone, she's definitely not a morning one. I'll make hers one of the last ones on the round. I like this pink. It's kind of like almost like a Gaviscon pink, which seems fitting to go with these eyeballs in a pot. Ours have started stepping back again. I don't know why, like very often. But ours are quite good, although this most recent one hasn't done it, but then I've been home every time, I suppose. They quite often will open the door and put it in my porch. I have got like in a little porch area. So they'll check the door, and if it's open, they'll just put it in the porch. This last guy's actually, I think because it's a different guy, and every time he's been so far, he's rung the bell, and I've been home. So I don't know if he would leave it in the porch. I think I've left it as my, like, in case I'm not home instruction. This music feels very Valheim. You guys play Valheim? Oh, there goes Alfie up the stairs. Gaviscon Pink. What is this one actually called? Coral Deep. Very much not Gaviscon Pink. But I feel like it is quite Gaviscon Pink. It's not quite as dark on the stream as it is in person, I don't think. It's a bit muted on the stream. Might have to get my colour balance a bit better. I actually have a Be Right Back screen, but I've not used it today. It's if I need to run away for a second screen. If I've drunk too much coffee during my stream. But as I'm limiting this one to a couple hours, we're actually only 6 minutes away from 2 hours. So I think we'll finish our Gaviscon Pink and then call it a day today. I just want to take it a bit slowly because I want to see how it impacts on my health, my energy levels with my health. I think it'll be okay, but we'll see how it goes. I have been known to do very long streams. When I not long after I started gaming, actually, me and the group that played together, so my brother, it's before my mum started streaming. My mum did stream for a while, bless her. Me, my brother, Steve, our friend Chris that he mentioned with the KFC. I think that was it for the charity stream, actually. Did this 24-hour charity stream, but because of having Alfie, I couldn't do 24 hours all at once. So we decided that between us, we would do the 24 hours. Some of it would be together. Other times, like if I had to go off and do dinner, the boys would carry on. But basically, there was always one of us, at least one of us, streaming for 24 hours. And I did the first stint, which was like a Saturday morning, I think. And I think I started about 9 a.m. And streamed for 6 hours, something like that. And then took a break. And the guys did a bit. And I came on later and did till reasonably late. And then we had like an hour's break. We decided throughout the night, because I didn't have Alfie to deal with, we'd do as much as we could. So we had like an hour or 2 hours break and had a short nap. And then came back on at like, I don't know, like 3 a.m. And I felt so sick from being so tired and having been on stream for so long already that I had to bail out. And then I came on at, I think it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. And like finished the 24 hours. But oh my god, that was brutal. Thank you, Mel. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take it bit by bit. My elbow's actually really hurting here, and I don't know why. I'm going to colour in this bit with the green. Is that the right one before I start? Yes. I don't know why that elbow's hurting, because that one's not doing anything. I think it's from being at this angle. I think I need to like rest it by my side or something. So there will probably be longer streams, especially if maybe I'm creating a piece, because I'm terrible for wanting to finish it. I'm having to learn to go, no, put it down, pick it up tomorrow before you ruin it. It was seriously hardcore, Mel. I didn't think it would be as hard work as it was, and I'd only just started streaming, so by the time I finished streaming, I could quite easily sit for 6 hours plus in one go. And I'd be tired, and I did kind of give it up because I was burning the candle at both ends. So I was trying to work full time, and then I would stream every other night, and I'd stream longer at weekends. So every other night from about 8 o'clock till about midnight. It's about a 4-hour stream. And then at the weekends I might jump on a Saturday or Sunday for up to sort of 6 hours. And then I was working full time. This was before art took over my life again. And outside of streaming, I was working on building my little community. So I was watching other people's streams. I was working on my my stream image and my scenes and my music and thumbnails and looking at new games. And I was only really playing games on stream, so I was kind of losing a bit of interest in some of them. Where's that? That's the green. There it is. So I was like, right, no. I kind of didn't go on every night, went on sort of once or twice a week, then slowly just didn't stream again. I just started playing and not pressing go live, and before I knew it, it had been months, and I had people in the community. I built a fantastic community, and I kind of felt bad. That was the thing that kind of kept me wanting to go back, and I felt bad because I was like, you know, I'd get a message and I'd say, I'm hoping to be back soon, I just have to be a bit aware of my health, you know, keep an eye out, and then it just wouldn't happen, and it, you know, just went on, and I actually got poorlier before I got better, so it just kind of stopped, and I did feel quite guilty about it, but I don't even have my page anymore. I think I deactivated it altogether, and I got a final payment of stars from Facebook quite recently. I was like, oh, there's some money in my account, and then realised it was from Facebook, because my community helped pay for my gaming mouse, because I really needed something, because I can't stretch my fingers when I'm gaming like some people. I don't have that dexterity, so when I was trying to do different things, it wouldn't work. So I've got an MMO mouse, so everything's on my thumb. It's here actually. So I've got two mice working, my wireless one, but everything's on my thumb. So when I play like Call of Duty, I've got weapon change, primary, secondary. Can't remember what all of these are. Oh, I think they're. I can't remember actually. Then this one's my map if I go onto Warzone, which I don't. But Plunder's back, so I might go onto it. Ping, something else. But yeah, I put them all on here, so I don't have to do it on my keyboard. And I can't play with controller for shit, so it's not even any point. 40 hours sponsored. A 40-hour sponsored sing. You sang for 40 hours. That's insane. How did you sing for 40 hours? Your throat must have been so painful. I'm hoping you had some little breaks, at the very least. Does that green look like it blends in? Might be a bit more of the hooker green. Quite like that hooker green. It is quite grassy. Grassy. Just to get it to blend a bit. I do love these pencils. I don't think I got that Castle Arts thingy, ambassador thing, but I thought actually I don't do content as such. Like I haven't, well at the time I was like, I haven't got a YouTube channel, don't do lives. That changed in the matter of days. I think that was probably a bit of a prompt, to be fair. I thought, hang on, you know, if I want to do things like ambassador and stuff like that, I really need to actually speak to people other than just like however much you guys like I have persuaded. They don't know that I've been in a chat group saying, hey guys, go and buy these pencils. Here, have a bit of a discount from my purchase. I mean, the sweets people should make me an ambassador as well, I think. But yeah, I thought, I don't really have a channel. I don't really talk about stuff. And actually at the time, even still, my page doesn't have a lot about the Castle Arts because I haven't actually been using them a lot, although I love them. I haven't actually made artwork with them. It was the soft touch that I made the Tommy picture with, and the Alabrique picture. So excuse me. I did think, well, they're probably not gonna choose me anyway. Why would they? It doesn't make sense right now. Drop my head to that. Keeps falling out of my ear. So I think that was a little bit of a push to start this. I think that kind of gave me a hey, that's a good idea. You've got everything set up for streaming. You know how to do it. I'm going to leave those greens now. I'm not going to go over the top because I think that looks really cool. So just go for it, which I did. Raccoon paws struggle with the pit. I can't do it. Like if I do it, I just can't control the joysticks properly. Like Alfie's amazing with a controller, but no, I can't do it. It is an amazing mouse now. It cost 80 quid, mind, but if you play a game that has an awful lot of buttons, so even like the survival games, playing Grounded, playing Small Land, Valheim, you have a lot in your inventory, which would be on like number 1, 2, 3, 4, like all the way up to probably even number 8. You can just program them in on the buttons on your thumb. So you want to change weapons? Easy, just press this number on your thumb. It's all right there. 5 minutes every hour, that's it. Oh my god. That's amazing. What did you sing? What kind of music did you sing? Do you still sing? Have you got a Bublé voice? My friend Shelley, she always says I'm a bad influence. If we go shopping, if we go like to a charity shop or something, most of the time I find things for her. I'm like, this would look amazing on you. We did it today, and I found a couple of things. I was like, that's your size. It would look so good on you. Oh, you should get this. It looks good on you. And she luckily could kept the purse away and only bought what she needed to. But I seem to have very persuasive skills. Yes, exactly, Mel. Those mice, an MMO mouse they're called. That's a Corsair MMO. I've got the Corsair keyboard and headset as well. I swear by Corsair. Corsair's a bit like my Castle Arts. It's affordable but incredible quality. So my headset's about £75, which seems insane, but you can spend, I think Steve's headset was like 120 quid or something. And I find my headset amazing for me. Like I can hear everything I need to. It works really well. Oh, Paul, that's a shame. COVID is a bit of a bitch for that. I'm going to put my face cam on because I'm going to probably call that a night. So we can just have a very brief chat before I log off. What do we think? Do we think that turned out well? I quite like that. I think it looks good. Obviously, all of the background needs finishing, and we need to write something here. I don't know what to put. Balls of our enemies. They're not balls, they're eyes. Eyeballs. But I don't know whether to do the background on another one or whether to make that kind of a... I'll do the background when I'm chilling out, and we'll do like something like this next time. Oh, a Logitech guy. Logitech is very good. Here we go. Look, the hair went up because it was getting hot. Thank you, Paul. I'm not sure what I've got in mind. I think I have got some Corsair in mind. Steve knows everything that's in my PC, I think. And my Corsair keyboard is currently in the way, so I'm going to turn this light down a bit because it's very glary. There we go. My little ring light. Hang my hairband up. It's magnificent. Thank you very much, Mark. When I was playing with my microphone, I was like, oh, do I put this thing on? This muffler. I said, I feel like I look like a Radio 1 DJ or something doing a live. And next, guys, we're going to be listening to Metallica. So I decided to take this off because I thought it looked better without. And you can't see it as much. It kind of stays out of screen a little bit. I really want, and only because it's pretty, the Logitech keyboard that's got like the circle keys. They're all circle keys, and it comes in really nice colours. I really want that, and only because it's pretty. You can see my mug a bit better now, look. Hello, Willow Purse. Grumpy Cat's in, everybody. She's on the kitchen side. Hello, baby girl. She's going to appear behind me in a minute, or is she going to go outside? The window's open. Here she comes. There she is. Not that she should be on the side. I think there's some grated cheese, and she likes grated cheese. Willibus. She's so pretty. Oh, Xander had me call for Willow. So here comes Xanderpuss to wind her up. Give them both the rainbows and they'll play. They've got catnip rainbows, which they love. Thank you, guys. MX keyboard, MX3 mouse, and one of their headsets. Logitech are fantastic. I find Logitech a little bit more expensive than Corsair, I think. And that's why I've kind of gone with Corsair. For my stream, I'm just using a cheap wireless keyboard. Yes, I can see Willowpuss, but make her play on the floor. And a cheap wireless mouse that I actually use for work. I've got them on like a USB extender, so I just unplug the extender and then plug that in for work. Gotta pay the cheese tax. Yeah, see, Xander doesn't like cheese. They are polar opposites, these two. So where Xander purrs loudly, where Xander talks, like meows at you all the time, he's chunky, he eats like a horse, he doesn't like cheese, he's not so keen on fish, although he's learnt that he likes licking out tuna cans now. Willow loves all the fish, like the fishy meat pouches. She loves cheese. She is very quiet. She doesn't really purr at all. She never has. She doesn't meow unless you've got fresh meat, and then she might meow at you. And she's tiny. She doesn't eat an awful lot compared to Xander. And she likes being out like all the time. She's a hunter. She used to bring back all sorts. We've had live vole things and everything. Whereas Xander's not really a hunter. However, recently he must have found a nest, and he did discover a pigeon egg and a baby pigeon. I wasn't very happy with him at all. But he's not. He's a homebody. So they are literally polar opposites. Logitech is definitely worth it. I imagine so, Paul, because dogs love cheese. Well, most do. My mum's dog used to love cheese. My stepdad used to chop up little chunks of cheddar and throw it at her. Not like at her. Look, Xander's outside the window. You can see him on the stream. This little ginger body walking past. Let me go get Buffy.
You have to show them Buffy.
Munch bum.
Yeah,
You're in the way.
no, you have to show them
Yeah,
Buffy.
that's what I'm doing.
Have to. So guys, Buffy's the rabbit we have, and she's super cute too.
Munch bum.
Here she is. She's very quiet.
Oh, she is. She's a good girl.
She is.
This is Buffy. Don't eat my hair, please. Hey. No, Stephen, cheese and chocolate does not go. He's a bonbon. And she runs around the kitchen with the ginger cat. If we put her down now, she's going to run into her room.
Ready? Go on then. Huh?
She tried, and then Xander got in her way. Xander, come on. Leave her alone. Buffy is lush. She's my little fluff ball. She's the oldest of all these three. She's 6.
6.
Yeah, she's 6. I don't know her exact birthday, but she's 6 around now because I had her before I met Steve, and I met Steve 5 years ago, so she's 6. Did she?
Buffy's in her tree.
Right, my lovely people, I've introduced you to all my pets, and my kitchen, and my colouring supplies, and my son. You've had a real insight this evening, my first stream. I can't thank you enough for being here and chatting to me and being ever so supportive for these last 2 hours. Hopefully we've enjoyed the colouring aspect of our chat. Not that you would have learnt anything or whatever from me. Maybe when we start painting, some of my skills might be beneficial. I'm sure you guys have far better skills than me anyway. Well, I know you do. He's playing with the rainbow.
Attacking his prey.
Yes, I've no need to sell you these pencils because at least 2 of you already have them. So yeah, I've sold you sweets. I'll think of something to sell you on the next stream. I'll find something in my house that I love, and
We're going to Amazon and
oh, I've been selling you mice, Corsair equipment. Mel might go and get a Corsair mouse now. You're very welcome, Mel. We do need a Discord. I feel like we need to remove ourselves from the number 92 chat because we've kind of dominated it and made it our own. And there's a lot of people in there that we're kind of getting far more personal, and they're probably like, what the hell are these people going on about? So, I mean, I'm more than happy to set up a Discord and make everyone... I think you can make everyone admins, can't you? I'm literally sat with Discord open now, so I'm more than happy to make one with my other email, because actually that would work quite nicely. It's happening! And I'll invite you all. Yes! Paul, there was for 5 minutes of that whole thing. In fact, if I hadn't talked through it all, we probably would have done this amount of colouring in about 20 minutes rather than the 2 hours it's taken us just to get this far. So there wasn't an awful lot of colouring. There was far more chat. There wasn't enough coffee either. I haven't finished this. But, there you go. I'll sell you one of these mugs. My coffee's still warm. So, this is Hydra Gear. And they do the funkiest. We've got 3 in our house. They do the funkiest ones. And these are Hydra Gear. And they keep your coffee warm forever. Exactly that, Mel. They're like, hey, look what I've done with box 92 that I finally received. And we're like, yeah, so does anyone want sweets? And selling Hydra Gear and all the deals. I love it. I'll set up a Discord and get everyone invited, and then we can all chat in there. I know Shaz might find it a bit difficult to get in, but hopefully we can make it nice and easy for her. If we have to do a YouTube tutorial, then we shall. But we'll get in there, and then we can actually like voice chat and discuss our podcast future. That'd be great fun. Right, guys, I'm going to log off. Thank you again so much for being here. I'm not sure when I'll next be live. I'll try and do one every weekend. I might do one midweek. But I'll maybe post it on my Instagram and in our group and our future Discord. So have an awesome night. Have a great day tomorrow. Hope the weather's kind for you for the bank holiday weekend. Enjoy the roast dinners and whatever else you're going to eat. And I will catch you all back in chat 91 and our future Discord.